Battle for Dream Island has 6 seasons if you're counting pre-split and post-split separately, and today I'm gonna rank all the seasons of Battle for Dream Island to determine which one is the worst and best, starting with... Kicking off today's video, we got BFDI the first season, the one that started it all, and it is nostalgia bait. Like, this season has some of the best jokes in the whole show. 2 metal balls, pin wrong finger, for free, and many others. Although this season does have a lot of charm and I can appreciate the nostalgia a lot, it definitely does have weak points. The voice acting and the animation are a little bit rough, puzzling mysteries is boring, reveal Navam is pretty unfair towards Pencil, and bridge crossing is also kind of boring. Overall, the season isn't perfect, but it definitely earns an A tier spot. Good season. BFDIA had a pretty rough start with BFDIA 1 and 2, also 3, but after 10 years when BFDIA 6 released, everything started going in the right direction. Everything got better. The animation, the voice acting, the humor, and most of the characters got development. And so many good episodes came from post-hiatus too. BFDIA 9, BFDIA 6, BFDIA 14, BFDIA 13, and many others. Also, the visuals in most episodes look really good, especially in BFDIA 22. And for that alone, it earns S tier. So many good things. I would put IDFB in D tier if IDFB 1 wasn't a good episode, but since IDFB 1 was such a good episode, I'm gonna put the season in B tier. The jokes are very good, the location is really cool to see, and I like how the characters interact with each other when they're not in a competition. Also, the lens cap is removed. So, this is why the season gets a solid B tier. This could change though if there's more episodes in the future. Pre-split. The season with 64 contestants and it introduces 4 and X. The season has such a mixed range with the episodes. Some of them are good, some of them are mid, and some of them are bad. But the good episodes are really, really good, and the mid episodes are just kinda mid. Also, this season has really cool animation, especially in BFB 14. Look at this polished sheen, it's perfect. Overall, pre-split isn't the best thing the show has to offer, but with BFB 14 and many other good episodes, it earns A tier. I have said in some other videos that post-split is trash, but I will give it this one thing. Episodes like BFB 22 and BFB 29 are good because they have good humor and their own identity, so I appreciate that they're there, but now let's get into the negatives. First off, I think a lot of the characters got massively derailed. Some of them stay the same, like Gelatin, which is cool, but others I cannot stand, like Taco and Flour. Secondly, I think the writing has gotten way worse too. A lot of the episodes just feel frantic, and the humor isn't great. Third, the animation in a lot of the episodes is really outdone by other seasons. Like, look at this scene from BFB 17.
Contestants, I have assembled you here tonight to retrieve X.
The season sucked, but it'll barely escape F tier only because of a couple bright moments. The final season as of now, The Power of Two, is the best BFDI season by far. It has everything a good BFDI season has. Good humor, good character development, awesome visuals, and great pacing in most episodes. And the visuals went all out in TPOT 15 and TPOT 19, and they look like they could come out of a movie. Speaking of a movie, TPOT's 20th episode is going to release at AMC theaters nationwide in the United States on October 16th. I'm looking forward to this because I think it's going to have great visuals. Overall, TPOT is a good season, and even in emotional episodes, they still managed to squeeze in some funny moments here and there. This is an easy S tier season. Even the lowest episodes this season aren't even that bad. BFDIA definitely gets a lot of praise, but I feel like this one episode in the bunch does not get a lot of praise. The episode I'm talking about is BFDIA 11, Lots of Mud, and I think this episode is severely underrated for 3 reasons. This episode came out on April Fool's 2024, and I think it really pays off here. There are lots of great jokes in here, like Jack Fruit coming back after his appearance on I Can Make a Difference, another Jack and Jellify video in 2007. There are also plenty of other good jokes here, like Wobunch ripping off Flower's petal to put on a firecracker.
Heads up! Hey!
We're already winning, Wobunchers! This is great!
Let's fill it with a firecracker! Celebrate our lead!
Yay!
There's also the scene where Flower gets a bunch of makeovers by FreeSmart.
Look, Flower, you finally get a cake I'd call for.
Ugly!
I feel like such a brainiac with this one.
Ugly!
Ow!
This is our heroic leader, Fashion Line!
And then there's that callback to BFDIA 2 just with a bunch of more fries. Now, the thing I love most about the jokes in this episode is that they don't feel forced and they take time to breathe so that it can be funny. So yeah, the jokes are a strong point in this episode and it's underrated. Now on to character conflict, and this is an interesting one. Let's start with Ice Cube's conflict. So first, Ice Cube spins the prize wheel and decides to remove Pen's face. And this sets up really well because the next time Ice Cube is up for elimination, Pen lovers and Ice Cube haters are gonna immediately dislike her video. And I thought the tension was pretty good and was pretty funny as well. So yeah, that's Ice Cube's conflict. Now on to Flower's conflict. Since Flower hosts in this episode, Flower decides to make all the options on the contest wheel beauty contest. But then the wheel ends in the middle and it says rip Flower's petals off. And it's really some karma for Flower. She wants to do a beauty contest so bad, and then it turns the tables on her when it's rip Flower's petals off. I thought that was set up pretty well. So yeah, the conflict is a big thing in this episode, with Ice Cube and Flower especially. So for the challenge, Flower has a bunch of keys that will unlock her petals. So she throws the keys underwater, so the teams have to retrieve them, and whoever has the least amount of petals by the end loses and they're up for elimination. And this challenge is good because you get to see what each team does. Wobunch goes underwater, Team No Name has a magnet that will retrieve the key, and FreeSmart doesn't really do anything, they just give Flower a bunch of makeovers. This is a trend we see throughout BFDIA, where there's a bunch of creative challenges and concepts. And I personally appreciate it. I don't have much else to say about the challenge in this episode, but the fight scene was really cool and is entertaining. Very smooth animation and action-packed. But that's all I have to say about the challenge for this episode. It's just fun. Overall, this episode gets a high A tier. It's not something to write home about, as there are better episodes of BFDIA, but this episode has really good character conflict and jokes, and that's something that people don't really appreciate, especially the jokes. There have been a total of 11 teams in TPOT, and each of them have their own distinct identity. And since it's my duty to rank all the TPOT teams, I'm just going to do it in this video, including the team swap teams. So without further ado, let's dive into this video, starting with my last place spot. So in my last place spot, I have Just Not. I don't necessarily hate this team as it does have some characters that I like, but some characters on the team just feel kind of random, and the interactions between the team aren't the best. Even though Book and Price Tag's relationship was pretty sweet, this team is just pretty weak compared to the other teams, so that's why I have it pretty low on my list, aka my last place spot. At number 10, I have the S. Once again, I don't hate this team. The only reason why it's above Just Not is because there's more characters that I like here, like Yellowface, but the chemistry of this team is pretty weak. I don't really like their interactions that much. I guess I did like when they tried to fix the moon, but that's really like the only good chemistry that they had. Everything else, though, just doesn't work out for me. Like I said, the only reason why it's above the last is because there's more characters that I like. Number 9, I have Teammates. This team is tough to rank because on one hand, they kind of just do the challenge, but on the other hand, they have something that really sparks about them. Something about the team dynamic just hits really hard. Some character interactions kind of lack, though, so it's a mixed bag for this team. I just don't really know where to put it yet or like have full thoughts on this team, but I do like when they got the world's strongest magnet. So for now, I'll just place them right here. Number 8, I have Team 2, and this team was part of the team swap. Grassy and Snowball have a good dynamic on this team, so do Book and Price Tag. It does have some characters that I like too, like Grassy and Snowball. Otherwise though, I don't have much to say about this team, which is why it's pretty low on my list. Number 7, I have the strongest team on Earth. I actually do like this team. This is the first team on my list that I actually like. But there is one issue I have with this team, and that's some of the characters. There are some that I like, but some that I loathe. That's probably the biggest issue with this team, which is why it's ranked lower than the other 6. Otherwise, though, it's a solid team. Good interactions with each other. Coming in at number 6, we got Cloudier. The only characters holding this team back are Pillow and Pencil. Other than that, though, the rest of the characters are kind of good. Yellowface and Winter's dynamic is sweet, and the chemistry here is top-notch. Like I said, Pillow and Pencil bring the team down. Other than that, though, this team is pretty good, and it deserves to be number 6 on this list. This might be a controversial one. I think Teardrop is in the top 5, though. Sure, Teardrop is the only person on this team, because the name is literally Teardrop. But the amount of episodes she went through, like 7, it's not a lot. But still, it elevates this team a lot, even if it's only one person. Also, I like how Teardrop gets through challenges in this batch of episodes she was in. She got eliminated in Teapot 9, but otherwise, Teardrop is a good team, and I like it a lot. Number 4, I have Are You Okay? I really like a lot of the team dynamics here, especially Eraser and Pen and Fries and Puffball. Now, a lot of the character interactions are good. I don't like TV that much, but still, this team is really good, and a majority of the characters are really good, almost all of them. I'm sad that Fries got out the first, though. Like, I feel like TB should have got out first. I like TB, but in early Teapot, he was pretty bad. Even so, though, this is a good team. I like it a lot. It deserves to be in the top 4. It's just that good. I feel like the other 3 are better, though, since they have better chemistry. Kicking off the top 3, we got Death Pact yet again. This team is great. All the characters work off each other well, and I am sad that Gady got out first. But still, Gady is my favorite character on this team. I also really like Marker and Pin. So yeah, this team kicks off the top 3. I think the other 2 are better, but this team is absolutely great. It doesn't really lack anything. I am a little upset that Gady got out first over Tree, but Tree did develop on this team, so I like that. I hated Tree, but now I do like him again, so that's a good sign. Overall, this team is great, and I would love to see their further adventures. At number 2, I have Bagged. This team is pretty much perfect. The character interactions, the dynamics, and they have some pretty funny moments. I especially like Pen and Needle's rivalry, even if it lasted only one episode. I do also like Pen and Lie's friendship in this team, especially in TPOT 16 when Lie tells Pen to let it all out. Overall, this team is flawless and is a really fun time. But I have to give the number 1 spot to the GOAT Death Pact again. This team is simply perfect. It has everything a good BFDI team has. Good character development, funny moments, and has an entertaining concept. I think TPOT 2 was the peak of this team. Even though TPOT 2 is not the best TPOT episode in my opinion, their interactions felt really fresh, and it just felt really soothing to see them interact. I loved them in TPOT 2, and in the series. So, Death Pact again more than enough earns the number 1 spot for the best TPOT team. Dun 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 dun! Hello everybody, I'm here with my next video, and today, I'll be showing you the best episode of each BFDI season. In my opinion, BFDI is one of the best shows of all time. It has its highs and its lows, but today I'm gonna focus on the highs. So without further ado, let's get started on the first season, baby. BFDI is a pretty solid season. It's not as good as BFDIA or TPOT, but it's still good. Overall, there are 2 episodes that stand out from the other ones, Power of 3 and Don't Pierce My Flesh. Both have good humor and good challenges, but I think I have to give it to Power of 3 for the best one. Power of 3 manages to fit hilarious jokes and a creative challenge all in one 10-minute episode. It's also the start of this iconic joke.
And golf ball.
No!
Don't they make a great team?
I also really like the pair-ups in this episode, like Snowball, Golf Ball, and Rocky. This episode is pure charm, and I'm glad it exists. BFDIA was a banger season. Sure, for me there were a couple of bad episodes, but I feel like there were way more S-tier episodes than dud episodes. Well Rested, Catch These Hands, and Pointy 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 are some examples. But the best one for me is Well, Look Who It Is. This episode fixed the timeline of BFDI and even boosted my BFDI knowledge a bit. But the star of this episode was the humor. Here's some of my favorites.
Let's do it. Go long. Wrong season.
Fuel tank? Collagen? That sounds familiar.
What? I've never heard that word in my life. Like, what? Cool login? What a weird new word. I've never heard it before, huh? It's so funny.
I think what a perfect BFDI episode should have is good humor and good character interaction, and the fact that this one did it perfectly makes it special. Every BFDI fan knows that IDFB only has 1 episode, and I'll just say the episode was good and not bad, but I mean, moving on though, not much to say here. For this, I'm gonna do pre-split and post-split as different seasons, starting with pre-split. Picking the best episode's gonna be BFB 14, no contest. This episode is one of the most loved BFDI episodes, and it's for good reason. 1, it has splendid animation. Just look at this scene, man. It's just so perfect. 2nd, the pin and book interaction was executed so well, and even teaches a good lesson. Good job, Pin. 3rd, the suspense was peak. From Book sacrificing herself to save Taco and Ice Cube, to seeing if Woody could get into the garbage chute, this had a lot of good moments. I think BFDIA 13 barely beats it, but it's pretty close. Yeah, post-split isn't that great for me. There's some decent episodes, but most of them are C and D tier episodes. I think there's one episode that clearly takes the cake, and it's BFB 22. This episode annihilates every other episode in the season for a few reasons. The jokes are very good, and the setting of a court case is really cool to see. Also, I think this moment is peak post-split.
Gelatin and lollipop! Gelatin and lollipop! Gelatin and lollipop! Gelatin and lollipop!
Another clip I enjoyed was the Fiery and Leafy talk. It shows us what happened after BFDI 25 when they crashed the glider, so that's nice to know. Overall, I think BFB 22 is the best of post-split, hands down. For the power of 2, it's going to be pretty hard to pick the best one. Outbreak at Stake and Out of the Blue have very thrilling storylines, but I don't think they stood a chance against TPOT 15. This might be the best episode of the whole entire show. I could go on and on of how good this episode is, but I'll just cut it down for you. The animation style is changing is a really cool thing to see. And also a majority of the jokes land, even if it's emotional in some parts. You can tell the team put a lot of effort into this episode for the 15th year anniversary. Also, this episode came out on Wednesday. But yeah, good story, good emotion, good references, good jokes, good time travel sequences. This episode is probably the best out of the whole entire show. Good job, Jack and Jellify crew. Now that I've ranked the best episodes, I'm gonna rank these best episodes overall. Starting with number 6, IDFB 1. Number 5, BFB 22. Number 4, BFDI 6. Number 3, BFB 14, number 2, BFDIA 13, and number 1, TPOT 15.